Hey, U.S. history students. I thought I would hop on here real quick and make a video for those of you that can't join the Zoom to catch the review for tomorrow's essay test. Let me share my screen and we'll talk about some possible essay topics for tomorrow. So your test is going to cover chapters 9 through 12, so the unit that we have been working on this quarter. Some of the possible topics. First of all, there will be a question dealing with Supreme Court cases. We looked at Marbury versus Madison, Gibbons versus Ogden, and McCulloch versus Maryland. You did a little chart activity in class where I think the different rows were researching the different cases and reporting back. So see if you still have that. If not, it's definitely information that's in your book. So be able to talk about a little bit of the background of the cases, what the courts decided, and what that new rule of law was, and how we are still impacted today by some of these really important court cases. There'll also be a question about the Monroe Doctrine. So what were the main principles behind it? And how does it relate to today's foreign policy? So do we still see the impacts of that doctrine right here in 2020? All right, so those are the first two questions or topics. There'll also be a question related to the nullification crisis. So what were the causes of it? Who were the people involved, some of the key players, the different regions, what happened, okay? Like what is nullification, what did they want to do, and then the results from all of that. Another very interesting topic is reform in the 19th century. So what areas were people looking to reform and how successful were they? Things like abolition and getting rid of slavery, improvements in education, people like Horace Mann and what he did in Massachusetts, prohibition and trying to get rid of alcohol, trying to get women the right to vote, and then all of those utopian societies that your book talks about, and whether they were successful or not, and what that looked like. So what were they hoping to achieve there? Another possible topic would be struggles of missionaries in settling the Pacific Northwest. Your book talks a lot about Marcus and Narcissa Whitman, and some of you chose to use Narcissa or Marcus as part of your interview assignment a couple days ago. And then lastly, the Mexican War. So what were the causes and factors involved in that? So what was happening with Texas? What did that look like? What were some of the different campaigns or parts of the war? And then ultimately, what were the results? So what did the United States get out of that? What were some of the boundaries, the treaty, all of that good stuff. So that takes us to the end of 6 possible topics. Tomorrow you will be choosing 3 out of those 6 to write about. So in Google Classroom, you'll have your test, you'll have the 6 questions, and then you can just type your responses right underneath the question using 7 to 10 very nicely detailed sentences. So let me know if you have any questions. Hope this video is helpful, and I'll catch y'all later.